shit with the juggalos on Replicon Radio. Give it a listen, don't be a bitch, Replicon Radio. Yeah. This is Replicon Radio.
Yo, 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 yo. What up? Can you guys hear me okay? It's your pal, it's your friend, Freaky P, Replicon Radio. I just wanted to hop in here real quick and let you guys know we got a really dope exclusive interview from Bill Moseley dropping right now. For everybody tuned in that doesn't normally tune in, we do a live broadcast every Monday night, 6 to 10 Central, right here on YouTube and on RepliconRadio.com. Go peep out all the past interviews. If you're a fan of Bill Moseley, go check out Kane Hodder. Go check out Harrison Smith. Go check out all the dopeness we have. Jamie Madrox, lots of underground stuff. Tell us who you want to see. Tell us who you want to hear. More and more stuff to come. This interview actually dropped a week and a half ago on our Patreon. So if you were a member of Patreon, you would have heard it already. We couldn't legally put it out until yesterday. But so if you don't want to miss stuff in the future, plus super dope exclusive merch, stuff like that, go to patreon.com/RepliconRadio. Sign up for that. If you don't want to do it, if you don't like us, if you don't want to get all the exclusive stuff, just pay $2 a month and forget about it. Or sign up and get exclusive merch. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean, right? Anyway, patreon.com/RepliconRadio, RepliconRadio.com. And, yeah, here is that interview you're always waiting for. Yeah, and we got a special guest on the line today, Mr. Bill Moseley. Again, how are you? How you doing there, Bill?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. It's good to hear. I know we don't have a whole lot of time, so I just want to jump right into this. Usually we try to get like a history of our guest careers and stuff like that. I just kind of want to get a brief history of kind of like you growing up in Illinois, being in like journalism and stuff, and then somehow landing an acting career with, back when you were 29. Like, how did you kind of go from where you were into that big transition in life there?
What I did was I made a short film called The Texas Chainsaw Manicure, which I was living in New York City at the time. It was 1984. We shot it in a beauty parlor on Staten Island called Sonia's Hair Fashions. I wrote it and produced it and gave myself a cameo as the hitchhiker from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And the story briefly is a woman goes into a beauty parlor, gets her hair done, under the dryer, wants a manicure. Beautician calls for a manicure to the back room. This sliding silver door opens up and out comes Leatherface with a smoking chainsaw, starts sawing her fingers, and she passes out. When she comes to, she's still in shock. She's going, no. Oh. She looks down. She's got a beautiful manicure. And she gets up and she goes out to the pickup truck to show her husband, played by me in a cameo as the hitchhiker from Chainsaw. And I look at her beautiful nails, and I lift up a slab of head cheese, and I go, "Hey, honey, that's great. We should celebrate with some head cheese." And I actually licked a bit of the head cheese, which was not a good idea. But anyway, a copy of that got to Toby Hooper out in Hollywood, and Toby loved my cameo as the hitchhiker. And 2 years later, 1986, I got hired on the basis of that. I never auditioned. I just got hired basically by Tobe Hooper to play Chop Top in Chainsaw 2, and kind of hit the ground running and never really stopped.
That's awesome, man. So I mean, that was something you set out to do that by making that, or just kind of happened, or was that something
I didn't? I think I set out to get it on Saturday Night Live, but they didn't take it. It was too long, 5 minutes. It was on videotape, not film, and so they were down on that. And it didn't have any Saturday Night Live actors in it, so they said no, thank you. So I basically just had to eat it. And in the meantime, a friend of mine saw it who was a screenwriter, as it turns out, in Hollywood, and walked it across the hall at Paramount Pictures to Tobe Hooper, and Tobe saw it, loved it, and then called in his producing partner on, I think the movie was Poltergeist at the time, and his producing partner was a guy named Steven Spielberg, and he loved it, and they both loved my performance, and so that's how I got offered the job. So I made my transition from a journalist, from starving journalist to, not so starving actor. And, I've been doing it ever since, and it really is a lot of fun. Thanks to Chop Top. Chop Top's pretty much brought me my whole career.
Yeah.
Thanks to Chop Top, I got the part of Johnny in Tom Savini's remake of Night of the Living Dead in 1990, because Tom Savini was the special effects makeup guy on Chainsaw 2. And also, I got Otis Driftwood because Rob Zombie in October '99, when I met him, was a big fan of Chop Top, and I emceed a little horror award show that he was getting an award in called the Igor Awards out at Universal Studios in Los Angeles, Burbank, California. And I came dressed and made up as Chop Top, and so and it freaked out Rob that he said. When I heard you backstage, you sounded like you're doing a decent Chop Top, but then I came out on stage and, my God, it's Chop Top. So that freaked him out, and a month after I met him, he offered me the part of Otis Driftwood in House of a Thousand Corpses.
Wow.
So
amazing.
I'm always grateful to Chop Top. Many, many wonderful things have come from the man with the plate.
That's awesome, man. It's crazy how all that kind of just worked out that way, So that's awesome. Congratulations on all that. Obviously, you've had a ton of success with all kinds of epic characters, including Chop Top and Otis, and even like Luigi and Repo, and tons more along the way. Is there like?
Yeah, it was so funny. Yeah, it was so funny when I got together, when Darren Bousman came up to me for Repo and said, "I know you can kill, but can you sing?" And I had given him a copy of Corn Bugs, one of the CDs that I did with Buckethead, the world's greatest guitar player.
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, Darren, I gave you Corn Bugs." He said, "Yes, I know, but can you sing?" I was like, "Oh, a zinger."
Uh-oh.
And but anyway, I had to go into a studio and prove that I could carry a tune and all that, and did get the job as Luigi.
That's awesome. Yeah, such an incredible movie as well. Like so many iconic characters, and obviously now we're back and we're all talking about Otis, back from the dead, essentially in 3 from Hell. I know we can't really talk about the movie because it's not quite out yet, but I have seen it. It's fantastic. I'm sure you know that, but
well, great. And a lot of people were wondering, and over the years, Sid Haig and I have sat pretty much next to each other at a lot of horror conventions. A lot of the fans come up and say, "Will there ever be another one?" And we used to have a little routine. We'd say, "Sid, is there going to be another one?" He'd say, "Nope." And I go, "How come?" And then we'd count to 3, and in unison we'd say, "Because we're fucking dead." And what I didn't take into consideration was that the Rugsville Sheriff's Department, which is the posse that's lined up at the end of Devil's Rejects, were really not great shots.
Yeah.
They had some bad marksmanship. So, and that's a lot better than somebody waking up saying what a dream it was, meaning the whole of Devil's Rejects. That's the worst Hollywood device known to man. And then the other theory was that well, maybe we died and went to hell, and then the devil didn't like us and rejected us, hence the devil's rejects.
For sure.
But then that would make us supernatural. So that's not quite good either. So I love the way that Rob has basically said that 1,000,000 to 1 we survived the Rugsville Sheriff's Department. And when you look at them, you realize that's really possible.
Yeah, yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's like the small town rednecks and whatnot. They don't know what the hell's going on.
Right, the rednecks that couldn't shoot straight.
So I guess, yeah, obviously we can't talk details, but if you, I guess, is there a particular version of Otis, be it 1,000 Corpses, Devil's Rejects, or this new version? They're all, you know what I mean? They all have their own kind of, they're the same character, but they all kind of have their own identity and growth. Was there one version of Otis that was a little more fun for you to play, or a personal favorite?
Not really, because it's still an ongoing character, and there may be, I don't know. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with Otis in the future. So I just, what's been fun for me as an actor is been able to play. That's the only character I've ever played more than once, and so it's really fun to me, especially over a 20-year span, because we shot House of 1,000 Corpses in 2000. Here it is, 19 years later. So, actually we shot the movie last year. So 18 years of Otis. And it's pretty cool to actually be with a character that, as I grow older and wiser or dumber or whatever I'm doing, it's fun to kind of have that character to kind of reflect some of that too. And I don't know. I like them all. But you're right. They are, 3 different characters in a way, but they're all Otis.
Yeah, obviously your personal growth as an actor, but watching the character grow is really cool as a fan of the movie and a fan of the character as well. So it's cool to see that progress, especially.
Well, that is cool.
14 years later.
I had that. Yes, because I had that one good. My favorite scene was the scene with Richard Brake, who was a great actor and a lot of fun to work with. And when we're in the middle of nowhere, and I'm eating a can of beans. I don't think that's a big spoiler. It felt so natural, just standing there and eating those beans and having our conversation. I just remember that was one of the last scenes we shot in the movie, actually. And by then, everything was so comfortable and natural. We really were all on the same page. Birds of a feather, etc. And, it really made me appreciate not only the script and the moment and the characters, etc., but also just acting and just, the art. Because when it really works, when you're really there and you're not thinking about, what's my better side and, where's my mark and all those things, which are important, I suppose.
Yeah. But
when you're just kind of in the moment, I really can't beat it. It's just so much fun, and that was probably my favorite, or certainly a star, a tagged moment for me in 3 from Hell.
That's awesome.
My wife is in 3 from Hell.
Is she? That's awesome.
Yeah, she is the female bounty hunter when that couple comes and surprises Foxy.
Okay.
The woman is my wife.
Oh wow!
In real life.
I didn't realize that. I know there's a ton of cameos in this movie, or not, I guess they're not really cameos, but small roles. Dee Wallace
yep.
and the clown Ron Howard.
I thought she did it. I thought she was awesome.
Yeah, no, fantastic, man.
I thought Dee really kicked some butt. Yeah. I was like, wow. She's really doing it.
That's one thing I love about the movie, and then also kind of what you're doing. It seems like you're like you, Dee Wallace, Kane Hodder, a lot of these people that we consider legends or horror icons. You guys are doing like all these movies together, even if it's just like small roles. Like I know you got like 86 Zombies coming and Junction Murders, and a lot of you guys are kind of like all working together in this world now, and like it's really cool to see like everybody like supporting each other and doing all this stuff together.
Yes, and I had a ball. I had a ball working with Kane on Old 37. I don't know if you ever saw that, where we played brothers that drive around an ambulance, and we go to accident scenes before the real ambulance and do all kinds of terrible things to the victims. And
that's awesome.
But working with Kane. I've done it a bunch of times, and it is really a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, yeah. He's
and I'm here in West Virginia, and we just spent the weekend with Michael Berryman. He's a hoot. And if whether we're working or we're at conventions and running into each other, there's a real camaraderie, and we try to inspire each other to go farther, do more, do cooler stuff, and really it's a lot of fun.
That's good to see, man. That's awesome. I love the community, and it's a bunch of good guys. I do want to ask you about one more thing. I'm sure most people you're doing press for probably won't talk about. It's kind of I just want to get a little touch on your relationship with like Magic Ninja. I know you did an introduction for the great Ala Zuli Lu on their Almighty album. You were featured in a music video, and obviously we see you at Astronomicon. Are you big fans of Twisted and everything going on over in that world?
Absolutely. We have a lot of fun. It's so much fun to... and I got into them really by way of Kane Hodder. And Kane and Sid Haig are pals, and certainly with me and with them. And so it was very cool to do that video with Twisted. I really had a lot of fun working with those guys. They're really cool guys. Yeah. And I was on their CD, doing calling, doing a call-in,
awesome.
All kinds of stuff. And I'm so glad you pronounced Alazulu right, because I still have trouble with it.
Alazulu.
Alazulu. Yeah, whatever it is. I can't pronounce them, but I like working with them, but I can't pronounce their name.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I love to see you working with different people and doing all kinds of different things. And obviously, you have a big connection with music. You mentioned Corn Bugs, and you and Phil Anselmo did a project. Can we expect more musical stuff from Bill Moseley in the future?
Yes, I'm working right now with a band called War Beasts, and about 8 or 9 months ago, they lost their lead singer, Bruce Corbett, and to cancer, and they're also they're on Phil Anselmo's label Housecore Records, and they reached out to me, and so we're working on a new project called Mr. Machine, and so I'm doing the vocals and lyrics and stuff, and we're trying to do this long distance. That's new to me, because usually I just like to get right where the rubber meets the road, but we're kind of figuring our way through this, and got a great song so far and working on another one, so that may be forthcoming. And then I'm a writer too, so I've got a couple screenplays and working on that, so never a dull moment.
That's awesome, man. It's good to hear. I can't wait to see what else you have. Obviously, 3 from Hell comes out, I guess, a limited screening September 16th. And then a full national release to follow that. So we definitely look forward to that. I know we're out of time here. I want to ask you one more question, because we asked all of our guests the same thing. And hopefully we'll have you back in the future when we have a little more time. But essentially, obviously, you're a big music man. If you had 3 albums or 3 records that you just cannot live without, that either inspire you as an artist, an actor, as a person, or just touched you in some sort of way, what 3 records would they be that you just could never live without?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is Revolver, Beatles album. Second that comes to mind is the first Led Zeppelin album. And then the third one that comes to mind is old Fleetwood Mac, back when they were a guitar band. And they have an album called Then Play On.
Then Play On. Awesome.
Fleetwood Mac, back in the Jeremy Spencer, Peter Green days.
Awesome. That's awesome, man. A little eclectic from the good days.
Yeah.
Awesome. That is
well,
awesome.
I'm getting up there. I'm getting on. Getting on in life.
There's nothing wrong with that. Well, you're living a good one, man, and we appreciate you entertaining us with your movies and music, and also appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us here at Replicon Radio for a few minutes, man. welcome to our Replicon Radio family. We always have your back here. I can't wait for everyone to go see the movie and the rest of the movies. Is there anywhere particular people can follow you on Instagram, Twitter, or a best way to get in touch with you or support you or find your products?
Yes, it's at Chop Top Moseley, and that's CHOPTOPMOSELEY. And I think that's Instagram, that's Twitter, and Facebook. And I do have a website. It's called ChopTops with an S, BBQ.com. And ChopTopsBBQ.com, you can go there and play the crazy piano and look at a bunch of crazy stuff, and you can get 8x10s if you want those and all that kind of stuff. So it's cool. It's been around, that website. I've had that website for like 25 years.
That was like the first website.
Yeah, I know. It's the first website.
Signed up on your AOL account.
I'm with the same woman for 25. I'm with the same woman for 25 years. So I guess it takes me a while to change stuff.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good.
But at least I'm wearing fresh underwear and socks. So that's a good sign.
That's perfect. Well, that's a good trait to have, man. There's nothing wrong with loyalty. So yeah, and congratulations. I know you've been married a couple years now, and the kids, and that's awesome, man. So. You said you're living your best life, man.
Yes, I did. It wasn't a classic progression. It was kids first and then marriage. But it all seems to work out, and I'm a happy man.
That's awesome, man. Well, congratulations on everything, and we look forward to seeing what more you have to offer, man. It seems like it's been a long time.
Well,
but
thanks, man. There's more to come.
That's awesome.
Yep,
man.
More to come.
Well, we appreciate you hanging out with us, and hopefully we will talk again in the future, and possibly we'll see you at Astronomicon.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, buddy. Much love,
Astronomicon. I'll be there in 2020, man. I hope there's snow on the ground.
Hopefully not too much like there was the first year.
Well, yeah, but come on, man. I'm originally from Illinois, so it gets a little too many palm trees in Southern California. So I do like to come back and enjoy the snow, if only for a weekend.
Perfect. Well, yeah, it's just like reminds you of home.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Man. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us, man, and hopefully you have a good rest of the day. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
All right. Thanks, man. Bye.
And thanks for supporting Three from Hell.
Always.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.